Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Finky 2 Fresh Plays. Today, as you can see, we are playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition. This is going to be another can of worms, like I said in the last episode. I was a huge fan of Power Rangers growing up. Was pretty much obsessed with it. I had this game. This is the only Power Rangers game I actually owned. It's a tournament fighter, much in the vein of like Street Fighter, things like that. I'm sure you just saw I put it on easy because I'm not exactly good at these kind of things, but we'll go through the story mode. So our options are to play as the Thunder Megazord or the Mega Tiger Zord, which, you know, Tommy's the best ranger, we all know this, so we'll go with that. Mega Tiger Zord there, but... Alright, so here's the story. There is no story. We're just going to fight through some enemies and eventually fight secret boss Ivan Ooze. How exciting is that? I originally saw Power Rangers during its first season. I was 2 years old, just flipping through the channels, and I happened to see it and became absolutely obsessed for years after. So here we are. I'm going to actually fight the Thunder Megazord for some reason. Don't even think that'd be physically possible. So we have the Thunder Zord Assault team on the Tiger Zord here. So you got your standard affair. You got a light and heavy punch and a light and heavy weapon attack for each character. There are special attacks that I only really know one of. This game has a kind of cool function where if you do your special attack when that little bar at the bottom is full, it goes to the next level. And if you do that so many times, then you'll end up... Oh wow, this can be a little too easy. Then you end up in like a superpower mode where all your attacks are supercharged. But as you can see, that might not be necessary here. I was never great at this game, but I could beat it. There's not much to it. You play through the tournament. There's a story mode, which is essentially a ladder. Get to the end, and there's, you know, like 2-player mode, and then there's just like a single fight, is it? Sending me here a lip syncer. Fun story about this. One of my favorite memories growing up, I went with my mom to my cousin's house, my aunt's house, Aunt Dory. I'm sure if you listen to this, you might remember this. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to talk and play at the same time. I just want to make sure I get this story out in time. But anyways, my mom was going to my Aunt Dory's house to watch the episode of Roseanne. I don't know if it was specifically the episode where Dan and Roseanne get into a huge fight after he's in the hospital, or if it's the episode following that episode where they, you know, break the TV and everything. It's a huge fight. It was like big TV back then. But me and my cousin Josh were playing this game that night, waiting. Well, they let us play until the episode came on. God, I'm pretty much invincible if I just crouch and block. There's no chip damage. But yeah, I remember we were sitting on these things that were like fold-out foam chair bed things that you could fold it into a chair or lay it out into a bed, and we were laughing because watch, you see her butt when she falls down. Her butt sticks up in the air, and we thought that was just so scandalous. So lip syncer, sorry. I always pronounced it lip cincher as a kid, and now it's still stuck in my head, I guess. But lip syncer's butt sticking up in the air was just some grade A comedy to us. As you can see, this takes place on the Mega Tiger Zord, so that's Season 2 of Power Rangers. But it also came out right around the time the movie came out. That's why Ivan Ooze is the main bad guy, and therefore it also has, I'll check this out, boom! Can't beat that animation right there. That is incredible. Just mind-blowing graphics. Yeah, as you can see, it also has the Ninja Megazord and the Shogun Megazord, which are Season 3 of Power Rangers. Didn't know this as a kid. Power Rangers was adapted of footage from Super Sentai in Japan. So they would take the fight scenes, battle scenes, all the in-suit footage from the Super Sentai series, which is still going. It's like a 30-something year series at this point. And then they would put American actors, film their own footage, and splice the footage together. In season 2, they were running out of footage from the first series, which was Zyuranger. That's what all the suits and everything are from. So they got new Zords, the Thunder Zords, which is taken from Ranger. And Tommy, they ran out of Green Ranger footage because the Green Ranger died in Zyuranger. And so they had to pretty much steal some footage from Ranger, made him the White Ranger. So that's why in season 2, Tommy normally got separated from the other Rangers and would do his own thing, because the Zyuranger footage and the Ranger footage were two separate things, so those suits never were together. Then in season 3, it got even more difficult because they used the Zords from Kaku Ranger, but they ran out of footage so much that they ended up having to do an arc called the Alien Rangers, where the Power Rangers got transferred back in time to where they're little kids, and the Alien Rangers from Aquitar had to come and fill in, and those suits were from Kaku Ranger, and basically that was just a way to get more episodes out because they were out of footage, and eventually they had to cave in and change their suits to the Zeo, what we know as the Zeo suits, which was O-Ranger, and ever since then, every season, it takes footage from a different series of Sentai. So, never knew any of that as a kid, didn't even suspect a thing, I was too young, didn't care. It blew my mind when I figured that out as an adult. Well, I was more an older kid, but yeah, now you watch it and you say, how did I miss that? But the Shogun Megazord was one of my favorite Megazords as a kid. I thought it was just so cool. I always played as it as a kid. When you're not doing story mode, you can play as other things. It's big and slow. You got the big strong guy. You see he's doing some wicked headbutts there. My favorite, well really only attack I used as a kid was this ducking heavy weapon attack, because it did 3 hits. Thought that was cool. That there. Well, actually, I did 5 there. Wow. It's kind of almost overpowered. Got my power ball. Of course, none of these special moves were used in the show, but that's alright. Shogun Megazord can't handle my power balls. Power balls in his face. Now I'm just spamming because I'm about to die. Oh yeah. See, can't beat me. Now, of course, in the canon of the show, the Megazord, the Tiger Megazord would never stand a chance against the Shogun Megazord. Here's Silver Horns. I don't know why they picked these particular monsters for this. Silver Horns and Lip Syncer. I feel like they could have gone with some more iconic ones, but whatever. I'm sure this was just a cash grab game, just to make a quick buck. Oh yeah, look at that spin move there. I like the music in this game. Power Rangers is definitely known for its music though. Yeah, Power Rangers was definitely my thing. Power Rangers, wrestling, and Digimon were my 3 things growing up. That I was obsessed with. Definitely wrestling and Power Rangers more so, but I kind of grew out of Power Rangers as I got a little bit older. And the seasons kind of went off the rails. Kind of stopped watching after Zeo and Turbo, but I'd still catch an episode every now and then. I'm very, very excited to introduce my son to it when he gets a little older. I think he's going to hopefully love it, and that'll give me a chance to, more so an excuse to rewatch all of it. The other night, he got up in the middle of the night for hours and couldn't get him back to sleep, so I was like, fine, we're doing a movie night. So I went to the living room, turned all the lights out, and put on the Power Rangers movie, which, by the way, does not hold up that well, but it's great nostalgia value. And he seemed to enjoy it, just at least as a flashing colors and exciting action. But he's 1 1-year-old doesn't really know what's going on, but... So there's Zordon in the background. This doesn't look anything like the command center, and actually the command center really would not be big enough to house Zords. At least not the main part you see. There's supposedly more to it that you never really see. Yeah, this is not posing much of a challenge here. Maybe I should have left it on normal instead of easy. Oh, here we go, Goldar. Goldar's a cool guy. Manages to actually hang out all the way through Turbo, I think? No, I guess he might still be around a little bit in CEO, but that's about it. Here we are at the airport. How exciting. Going all over the world here. Well, at least kind of looks maybe like New York or something. I could be completely wrong, or it might not be anywhere. See that spinning back fist? That was wicked. Yeah, this is kind of a stomp here, which we sort of needed after my first few episodes of me being absolutely terrible. Oh, yeah. Ooh, he got me there. That flying's a little annoying. Alright, you want this? Can't fly away from that. See, that one I had a full meter, so it did extra damage. Only the bad guys get exploded. That's really satisfying to me. I love pixel art. Oh, here we go, Lord Zed. Lord Zed was actually an American-made villain. That was no footage in Japan. And it was extremely dark and scary for a kid's show. They actually had to tone down his attitude for later in the season and the third season because parents complained that he was too scary. In his background, his personal Zord, Serpentera, was way bigger than the Ranger Zords, but took so much power to operate that it always ran out of power before it could really do anything. Kind of gave me a fear of flying dragons, though. There's an image of it flying in front of the moon in a dark sky, and I've had nightmares about, as a kid, about flying dragons in the sky. I don't know why. I would be so scared of that happening in real life, but whatever. It's actually posing a little bit more of a challenge than the others. But not enough of a challenge. Who's next? Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, that's some ominous music there. Take it home in boxes, take it home in cases. If your parents try to stop you, throw it in their faces. It's Ivan's ooze. Oh, Jesus. It's not fair that he can just straight up fly. I had a lot of trouble with him as a kid. I'm not sure why now. As you see, I got a full-powered ball there 3 times, and then I had unlimited charged ball. Yes, it's not proving to be too difficult. In the movie, they defeated Ivan Ooze by kneeing him in the testicles, and then he flew into a passing-by comet. So they had an actual emergency button on the Zord. They had to break glass in case of emergency, and it activated the Ninja Megazord's knee thrusting into testicles ability. So I'm glad they kept that behind glass Only in extreme cases is that allowed. The CGI in the movie is god-awful. It was bad at the time, and it's even worse to see now. Oh, there we go. We defeated Ivanus. Alright. More phenomenal. That's what Tommy would always say. I don't know what witsy means. Now we get the credits. There's not even an ending. It's just a good job. Thanks for playing. Now we get to see the credits to all these people who I'm sure went on to make incredible games. Full-fledged story modes. Look at that incredible animation. Music's good though. Super Nintendo just had incredible music. I know I say that in every episode. Special thanks to Saban Children's Entertainment. Presented by Bandai. Try hard mode, you can get a secret code. Ooh! That code lets you play as Ivanus. It's not as fun as it sounds. So that was it. That was turned out to be a pretty short episode. I thought I was going to struggle a little bit, but maybe not. That was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition for the Super Nintendo. Keep an eye out. I'm going to try to start putting these out more often. I'm going to do a scary game next. I do not do well with scary games at all. I love horror movies, but cannot play scary games. I will die, even if they're not really that scary. So that might be a special treat for you, or it might be ear piercing. I don't know how it's going to sound on microphone. So that's what we're going to do next. I don't know what game exactly yet, but I'm sure it's going to terrify me and require a new change of pants. But everyone have a good night. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you on the next one.